Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
All right, there we go. All right, here he is.
Oh, snap. All right. It had a little conk out there, and I just was like, here we go. Here we go. Hump day. What's up with it?
Well, how y'all doing?
What's
today,
good?
Man?
What's good? Good to have you back, Book.
Look, man. Always glad to be back, man. I'm over here still under the weather, so if I go ahead, duck away, something like that, or I cough, something like that, please excuse me, people. My apologies. But as usual, we are here full force. We got Chris, half bearded. Hopefully he'll be back at full beard in a couple of weeks. So we'll be back as a full 4-man team here. But until he has full beard,
we can't see him.
Yeah, we ain't at full capacity here. So as usual, we gotta.
In other words, you don't get to talk. You don't get to talk, sir.
so see, when he ain't at full beard, he messes up.
What is that? Family Guy? What did the boys say?
All right, so look, we got the out of bounds coming up. Then we got this followed by This Day in Sports. We're gonna talk a little bit about college football. Then we're gonna get to our sports sushi bets. Then is followed by the either or. Then we're gonna close it out with a lot of NFL talk. So, without further ado, a shout out to CPG JM11 Chopsticks is ready. Shout out to my boy. All right, so without further ado, how y'all doing today, guys? Doing all right, man?
Go ahead, Sterling. You can lace them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you go first.
It's hump day. Shoot. I mean, I got my own feelings about my Bills,
Okay.
But
we're
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. But overall, man, like the Nuggets played last night against the Phoenix Suns.
Okay, how they look?
And they look good. The Nuggets still look good. Okay. They ain't miss a beat, baby. They did not miss a beat. So, Russ up there look like he about to say something.
I already know what
I'm not about to say anything. We can get into it later today if we need to. Later.
No, we definitely
if we need
are
to.
going to get into
but
it.
Wait.
Who said that dumbass comment?
He said Josh Allen is over Josh Allen. I'm assuming he's talking about Josh Allen with the Jags.
If we don't stop that shit.
Yeah, there we go.
You better quit.
Last week was the worst thing, which we probably gonna get into later, was to happen to the Sterling power rankings after you went in and then they went out there and shit the bed. But
I can defend myself. I'll defend myself when we get there.
Right. No, it was a great weekend. Saturday.
Wait.
Awesome.
I know you didn't say nothing about nobody's team.
But I had a great Saturday.
A little bit later.
No.
You
see what he did?
Yeah, I see. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later because that
to know after what happened Saturday.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
I was rooting for you.
But no, I will say, as Sterling alluded to, NBA season getting closer to coming up. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that pops off. We're looking to see what Luka and Kyrie gonna do. That's let's get it popping. We got them topics. Let's get it rolling.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Russ, what you got for this day in sports, brother?
So, I was going to teach you a little something. On this day in sports, it was the famous, not infamous, but the famous Deion Sanders plays for the Atlanta Hawks and the Atlanta Braves on the same day in October 11th of 1992. You know what I'm saying? He made everybody that loved him go crazy and be happy, and everybody that hate him would hate him to this day and even hate his sons.
You know what? I remember this period in time. Deion was a bad motherfucker then, bro. Like
the baddest.
Yeah. It was like the coverage was crazy whenever they was talking about like whenever he was, fucking. He's in the World Series and he's over here, playing. And I was like, yeah, Dion, yeah, the best two-way player pause ever. Okay. See, Chris, you got to be quick with it. See, Chris, he's a little slow.
He getting better though. He
is getting better. He is. I would, what Sean Stroud says, I'm sick to my stomach because it looks like Chris was right about Lamar Jackson and Billy B from the past. Please, at some point, y'all address the Ravens in the past. Don't worry, Shotgun. We will get into it. Just give us some time. We over here, I'm getting back in the groove of things. I skipped over the out of bounds, but don't worry, man. My feet are still in bounds because we about to go ahead and take it in home. So what you got for us, Russ, for the out of bounds?
Oh, for out of bounds, what we got? Let me go ahead and get it right here. I have it looked up here. And it's so funny today because a friend of mine hit me up and he was jokingly telling me, because he knows this individual I'm about to name is not one of my favorites. And he told me, hey, man, I'm about to cop this Brett Favre jersey. And I was like, oh. And I sent him the meme of Norbert looking stank face. And I was like, that's not for me. Where'd I put that? So just so happens when I was scouring the internet for weird shit that happened in sports, because I didn't really want to cover Sergio killing his mom. I didn't really want to go over that. Sorry, 1 second. I didn't really want to go over that. So what I did do is I went and I found this. So come on, let's load it up. So if you did not know that Brett Favre is in trouble with the laws because he misused a lot of money. A lot of money were about $77 million of public funds that were intended to help some of the nation's poorest people were used to fund pet projects for Brett Favre, like, a building at Southern Mississippi for his daughter to play volleyball in, and a couple other things. So he's always said that he didn't do it, yada, yada, yada. By the way, Brett Favre, I'm getting this from the U.S. News, so don't try to sue me because he has a knack for going after people when they're smarter than him that are talking that shit. So don't be mad at me, Brett. I'm reading this. And so,
I'm reading this.
Yeah, my bad. It wasn't 1 million. It was 5 million of the welfare funds, Those are the funds for the poorest people. And this is Mississippi. So these are the poorest people in America. And he took about 5 million of that. That was for the volleyball court for his alma mater, a.k.a. his daughter to play at. Then another 1.7 million went to concussion treatment. I guess you could say that's a good thing, but he still stole. They could have got the 1.7 from somewhere else than poor people. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a whole ass move to steal from poor people. They don't really have anything else you stole from them. But anyways, today the case got pushed back because guess what Brett Favre did, guys?
What did he do?
He decided he wasn't going to show them his taxes. He said, I ain't going to do it.
Of course.
I'm going to show you my taxes, and I ain't going to show you nothing about what I was doing with my money. But he still says, hey, guess what? I didn't do it. Brett Favre, you are out of bounds, sir. Of
course.
You're not even getting criminal charges. Just admit that you stole the money from the poor black people and other people and go on about your day. You don't want to pay it back. Which I don't even know if they're going to pay it back. But the fact that not only did you steal from them, but now you doubling down, saying, I ain't finna show y'all no tax information. I ain't finna let y'all prove it.
He's like,
Brett Favre, you out of bounds, bro. You need to quit this. You out of bounds, bro. You steal from poor people. You
right.
bro.
That's messed up, bro.
I mean,
you steal from poor people is some nasty work.
Yeah,
that's I've heard from steal from the rich and give to the poor, but I ain't heard from the rich. I have heard of it. We live it, but I mean this directly. Just damn, straight like where do you want to take the money from, Mr. Favre?
Oh,
welfare. Go says Brett Favre can save the Patriots right now. Vinny Testaverde can come out right now and save the Patriots. Like let's go ahead.
You know what? Actually, nobody can save the Patriots right now because you know what? Motherfuckers ain't got nobody to catch the ball.
All right.
Well, they got some of the.
Hey, they trash. They real trash.
They trash for real. They trash.
Yep.
But we're going to get into that real quick. But we're going to go ahead and step into the collegiate level here. And hopefully my boy Florida Dale shows up. I know he said he was going to pop in and talk about
go here. That's good enough.
Yeah,
he a Miami fan. Go here. That's good enough.
Go
here. That's good enough.
But hey, you know what I'm saying? But he did say that he was going to show up and explain the Kane side of the story here, but
ain't nothing to explain. That's like me trying to say I'm gonna explain the Cowboys side of things.
But what we're talking about, the University of Miami had a late game fumble when they had the game. Go said he about to head out. When they had the game wrapped up.
Hide on my head.
So I mean, look, I didn't see the game, so I just remember I heard about it at the end. But
Facts.
I'm gonna be honest, I was watching other shit. Because I'm gonna be honest, I thought Miami was going to win.
Well, okay, yes, as all of us, I tuned into some of this, and this ruined one of my parlays because I had Miami in that motherfucker to cover. But anyways, I didn't see it when it happened, but I did get the alert, and I watched what ensued, and I know that this has happened before.
Mm.
And my own thing about this whole situation was, one, and it's been said before, so I know it's like, Russ, you might be regurgitating content, but I'm gonna say it in my way. There's certain things, there's rules that you follow in football. Like there's like in every sport, there are certain rules that you follow that one does not break. And one of those rules is when you have the game won and you have the clock on your side, you need it. You need it. You need it. You need it. And the reason why you need it is because in football is the only sport. Football is the only sport, which is why we love to see it when you could draw everything up and complete chaos happens. What you say, honey? Everything gets go to shit. Someone could fall down, someone could fumble, and then or even worse for Miami, because I saw the replay and I saw the picture. Someone could get his elbow down and the ball could be jarred loose because his elbow hit the ground. But the fact that in football you never make bad stuff happen. That's what you want to prevent. And that's one of the rules. And Mario Cristobal, he broke that rule, and he's broken it before. And then to get on the podium or get wherever he was and double down and say that's just the way we do things. No, bro, no. That's when you need to look in the mirror and say, I'm stupid. That was dumb, and I need to make a change. Like, this is real life. The kid, I'm not gonna lie, I'll let you go after this, John, what you think. But seeing that kid on the sidelines was the worst fucking part. I think he was a center or he was a lineman.
He was like, what the hell are we doing?
Balling, bro. And it's like, kid, you did everything you were supposed to do. Your coach just made some stupid ass decisions. But either way, I will end it with this. Yes. Got him. As far as the youth hopes go to go further. But yeah, we can go ahead and go.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what there's no excuse for a call like that. Like what were you thinking? Like what this doesn't make sense. It's like in the NFL, I would even say in the NFL you can get away with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the variance of or the probability of something happening tragic is a lot less.
Yeah.
But in college football, we see crazy stuff happen in college football all the time. And you think, and you're Miami. So I'm not even talking about play on the field. First of all, you dicked your season away with that because they were undefeated. You know what I'm saying? You should be playing it close to the vest the whole way. And there is no excuse for that. Now, Dale going to get in here, and I hope Dale doesn't disagree because we're going to get his ass if he disagrees with this.
Boy.
But Mario Cristobal, he fucked their season.
Bro.
He did.
Bro.
They
had
didn't he though?
Hey, we got Texas ass, didn't we? and we got Texas ass, didn't we? If we want to segue, to it.
Hey, Russ, Texas back? Nah. Remember what we said last week?
Bro, okay, hold up. So I'm gonna do it like this, right?
But hey, Dale in here though. Hold up, Dale in here. Get Dale in here.
Oh, okay, we'll go
before we get on Texas.
We need to get Ghost and Dale in here. Y'all both need to come up in this motherfucker because both of y'all need to come in here and explain yourselves.
We
I need Ghost up in this bitch too. I need both the Miami dudes to come to the front of the motherfucking classroom.
Oh man.
Now here you come. All right.
Oh Dale.
Florida Dale, how you doing, my brother?
Hey.
I'm sorry, man. We're interrupting your meal, but
no, you ain't interrupting the meal.
All right. This is our Florida correspondent, Florida Dale, out there
witness to the tragedy.
Basically, in the heart of
Bro.
in the heart of the hurricane, so to speak. So what were your thoughts? All right, so typically, man, let me give a soft introduction to our guy here. Diehard Hurricane fan. As long as I've known him, about 10 years. He's been a Hurricane fan here. You know, works very closely with the Hurricanes. Knows a lot about the football program here over there. I'm sorry, but so give us a little bit of your thoughts here, because we spoke about this shortly before the show.
All right. So first of all, what's up, y'all?
What up, man?
So traditionally, in the last 10 years, I'm 50% right now on birthday weekend football games. So this was previously a birthday weekend game for me.
Happy belated birthday.
Good.
Happy belated birthday, my man. Happy belated.
Yes, sir.
I was feeling good. So whenever I feel really good about a game, we lose. Or if I feel down on my birthday. So I was like, you know what? This year we're gonna turn the corner. We turned the corner. We undefeated. We got a little rank and everything. So as Bugno, he knows I'm a diehard fan, but I'm also honest and real about everything. We did not play a good game coming off of a bye week. And I had a problem with that, because for me, if we want the quote unquote the glory days of the Miami Hurricanes, where everybody was shell shocked and shook to come play in that stadium, that we coming off a bye week, we putting our foot on your neck. We cutting off your air supply the first quarter, and you going back in that locker room, and our fourth string people are gonna run you out the stadium. With that said, Van Dyke looked shook. He looked confused. He didn't know what he was doing. The defense was holding their own. Defense was doing what they were supposed to do. Managed to get everything cleared up, situated. Second half, start out rolling, and then a couple things happened. Van Dyke looked shell shocked again. So now we get to we up. Now we're up 3. It's 5 minutes left in the game. You all know that played ball. 4-minute offense. All you need to do is move the change, get the clock rolling, and that's it. It gets down to what that minute 30 or minute 20 seconds or whatever. And it's that 3rd and 10. And I'm looking. The clock's rolling. Why are we lining up? And you can tell that there was some confusion, because on one end, well, let me backtrack. That whole entire series going to the last 2 minutes of the game, I had an issue with Tyler. One play, he had the line sitting at the line at 20 seconds. So now they're sitting there in their stance too long. Then there was a couple plays he snapped the ball at 6-7 seconds as opposed to 2 or 1 second. So like drain the clock. Now we line up. Why are we lining up? Why aren't we taking the knee and just sacrifice it to get to 2-3 seconds in the fourth quarter, punt the ball? They're not going to run it back to stay in your lane, everything like that. Now, the Miami fan, the diehard Miami fan for me, I watched looking at the replay. His elbow was down, but given the fact that always traditionally the refs don't like you win. And people say I'm conspiracy. I don't care what. I have watched football my entire life. It's so many calls that go against our team. When you go back and look at the replays, that is not the call, but somehow we get the call. Given that, the whole game, there was some calls where it's like, all right, whatever. It's gray area. That play was a gray area. His elbow was on the ground, and they were pulling the ball out. After
there's no gray area about that. He was definitely down.
He was
sure.
He
was definitely down.
There's a
but
picture.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, and I got a question after you.
Okay. So my question to you is, I agree with that because I know I saw the picture too, and he was down. If anybody didn't see the picture, unanimously, if you go look at it, if you go watch the play, that motherfucker was down.
Yep.
The point of it is, how do you feel as a fan of that dude making that decision, knowing we know ACC referees, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you make that decision to put the game in the hands of chance at all when you could just hut knee? Let's go. Happy birthday, Dale. You know what I'm saying?
For me, like I said, knowing how, like everybody, all citizens, this is not even a fan talking. Everybody knows the moment Florida State and Miami is back within the top 10 consistently, for whatever reason, everybody got a little extra spunk and a little spark in college football because it's like
I feel the same way. Different teams, but I feel the same way.
No, but I know. I said just stay over there. Stay in your
I'm over here. I'm gonna have my time. I know they know I'm gonna have my time. So you know what I'm saying. Do what you do.
But the thing is, this is like only because of the whole pomp and circumstance, the history behind everything, that it's a constant, like they in there being brash, loud, boisterous, but they're going to win. They're going to bring a different, pretty much what Deion's doing in Colorado right now. That type of air. That's what I'm saying. Like that type of thing, that a different excitement in college football.
Sure.
So, with that, me knowing how to play ball, it's like the one thing you don't want to do is give the ref the chance to screw over your team.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Never, and we all played ball. The coach always said you never let the ref decide the game for you.
Yep.
In any sport.
Make it definitive.
Hurricane, I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
Here's and there's more. Miami did this in themselves, bro.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you this.
Historically,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the persona on the field, where that program was and where it is and where it's trying to go. It's like karma. Karma's a bitch, and it always comes back around, man. And it's like it's like the Raiders in the NFL.
Yeah,
they will never get the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I feel like Miami is one of the even if you cleanse that program, which you guys have, and you do it the right way and so forth, it's like it's going to take a lot of winning to correct a lot of historical wrongs from a national perspective, not play on the field, but perspective of what people think about you. And that's what that's my. What do you think about that?
Niggas get shot every day, B.
Yep.
Damn.
Niggas get shot every day. I mean, no, like it's like, true. We be all right. We'd be all right. I mean, because the thing is we're going to get to a point where those penalties and everything won't matter because we already put 50 on you. We already put 40 on you. And our freshmen from that still just got out of high school yesterday in there and dominating you. So it's like it's a double-edged sword. So the one that want to wear the crown, they got to deal with the consequences behind it.
And Mario Cristobal failed to read the room. You know what I'm saying? Like you coming into Miami, you got to know this stuff.
He know, and the thing is this: he got 2 natties.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows what comes with it.
Come on, man.
And so what it is that, but honestly, that was one of those they outcoached themselves by overthinking that play. Where it's like just,
I agree.
It was too easy and too simple to make the call. So I chalked it up to 4 things: Cristobal, Dawson, Van Dyke, and Kitchens.
Oh,
and everybody's like, why you put it on the safety? Me playing as a safety, I don't care. We in victory formation. I'm not moving off that goal line. Let Haynes King scramble. Let your linebackers, let your D linemen, because they run like linebackers. Let them take care of the game. The clock's running. They got no timeouts. What the most he gonna do? Spike the ball and we go into overtime. If that. I'm not moving. But also too, Kitchens just came off of that neck injury, that concussion protocol. So he got a little rust on him. He had a little rust, little game time rust. But other than
before we move forward, I just want to, and I'm really not trying to salt it up, but I got to ask, like, what were your thoughts as far as mistakes made, move on, and the defense still gave up that touchdown? So what were your thoughts of, like, come on, defense? Like, I understand everything else that happens, and like you're down in spirits, and you're like, what the hell? But to give up that, like,
no, I took it personal. Like, I took it personal as, like, the most I played was high school football, but I still know how to play the game.
Right.
And for me, it's like, I'm not moving. If I'm in that game, you're not beating me deep. You're not beating me deep. I will stop you at the 3-yard line. Me. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's college football. Again, that is, exactly. College football is the one sport, which makes it exciting, is when you're like, why would you do that dumb shit? Because he's in college. Damn. No,
but also, too, giving the situation of how that quarterback had played, even though we was destroying him throughout the game, he was still making plays. He was still hanging in there. And it's one of those, you got that one player that's constantly coming. Even though he constantly coming, he gonna make a play.
Segue me. Because I can talk about some players that's constantly coming. Pause.
That's crazy. Yeah. No, but for me, like, I took it on the chin, but I was yeah. You got me on that one. But no, that one, like, I had to take it. I was like, you know what? Whatever. That's whatever. But now it's like, all right, get it over with. North Carolina is the next one. Then after that is Clemson. Now, the thing is this: North Carolina and Clemson, that's the two ones that we can really gauge where Miami's at. North Carolina.
Those are the two. There's the one at the end of the season.
I ain't worried about that.
Hey, they looking like it's looking like the year 2000 with the way my team performing and that team is performing.
All I'm saying is this. Just like last weekend, 2 weekends ago, everybody gets ready for certain teams and certain players and that team that's rolling. So
we got another good segue because everybody gets ready for certain teams. Certain teams that are rolling. And in Dallas, Texas, on Saturday morning / afternoon, there was the Red River Rivalry. When I was younger, we called it the shootout. And you know what, Sterling, you was on Twitter riding with me. I could sit here. I know you see it on the shirt. I could sit here, you know what I'm saying, and yell and scream. No, there was someone on the internet that called Oklahoma the fakest team in the NCAA and the college football right now.
Who said that?
I had. It was somebody. I'm not. And he don't deserve. He has a podcast and he had a bunch of Mississippi State stuff in the background. If you go look up Oklahoma versus the world on the internet, or if you just go look up the Oklahoma video that they put out after we whooped Texas ass, he's at the beginning of it. Oklahoma is the fakest team in college football.
Ooh, boy.
Last year our quarterback got knocked out. We had a tight end in the game. We got our ass beat 49-0 after we lost the guy that's about to win back-to-back Heismans, or looks like he might win back-to-back Heismans. Our coach left. Everything was gone. And so everybody, I had people in my local LA Fitness taking Texas t-shirts and waving them. A dude walked up to me on the basketball court and said, "Fuck you talking about? You ready?" And to him, I looked him square in the eyes and said, yes. The morning of the game, a very good friend of mine took a picture and showed us his Texas garb. He was draped and dripped out, looked immaculate, had the belt buckle on, and I responded to him, y'all play dress up. We play football. In the words of my mans from Oregon, we're going to play this shit on grass. And my team played on grass. I don't know what the fuck they was trying to do in the first half, but it was not play football because we came out there, and I was so proud to see this aggressive defense come out there from start to finish and show not only Texas, but show the world. What'd you say in the beginning? Texas talking about we back. No, y'all didn't mean it. We mean it. OU is back, and y'all got some shit to worry about. Because the first thing that we was worried about is the fact that Texas beat Alabama and their front seven looked crazy nice. Oklahoma's front seven is crazy nice too. And if you think I'm lying, check out that goal line stand. At that moment in the game, I realized, win, lose, or draw, my team is nice. We out here balling. Jaleel Farouk, the unknown, that's number 3 for those who don't know about it. Real speed. He's out there getting it. I mean, the game went back and forth. It was a great game. I can't say I love the fact that we started the game like we start most other games. Started out with the pick, Gentry Williams getting the pick off the tip. The next, I think it was their next drive that they did have. Sanders, I forget his first name. Texas, the big O, 6'7", super tight end, everything that you want. Billy Bowman said, man, I'm here to play football, and football pass crack. We're going to see what happens when my pass crack against your pass. You know what happened? Booger. If you don't know what booger means, when you pick your nose, and a pick is an interception. There you go. Booger's taking it. We got that. Take it back. You know what I'm saying? All throughout the day. And, let me give a shout-out to Stutzman, number 28 for those who don't know names, showing his ass. That's the linebacker that was playing from sideline to sideline the entire game. Again, goal line stand with Xavier Worthy getting a full head of steam going to the goal line. No, son. Do you lift weights? Because we do in Norman. I don't know what y'all do in Austin, but we lift weights. And I just love it. And now we rank number 5 in the nation. I feel like good things are coming towards OU. I feel like all they got to do is win the games that got ahead of them. I know that's Captain Obvious, but that's harder. That's harder than it seems at times. I will let y'all go in a second and just let y'all say what y'all got to say about the game. I will say this though, during the game or before the game, they had a trivia question, and it was what teams have beaten Oklahoma and Texas more than any other teams when they have matched up. And it was a crazy answer. It was BYU and it was Northwestern. The crazy thing about it is I believe in 2 weeks, it may be 3, but I believe in 2 weeks, with all the people from Texas telling me, we'll see you in the championship. Guys, you have to play BYU in 2 weeks. And you may not give a fuck about BYU, but you have never given a fuck about BYU. And they always beat you. So I would say look out for that. You got to look out for the various trap games going forward. Mm-hmm. But I love what they showed. Dylan Gabriel is a motherfucking man. I have been known to be wanting to see Jackson Arnold play. But from start to finish, he was a leader in that game. The last drive, being able to take it all the way down the field in a minute and less time. And not only realized that he had enough time to get a touchdown, not just a field goal, and to throw for a touchdown. Nick Anderson with the catch. Great catch. Great finish. All around great game, I will say. And I will give another shout out to Peyton Bowen from Denton Guyer, which I want to say one more thing about that high school because I see why they won state for forcing that fumble. But that high school had 3 guys playing for this team. 2 guys in that game were making an impact because that linebacker Hill from Texas making all them plays was awesome. Denton Guyer. I don't know if y'all got anything else on the game, but we win, y'all lose. Take that.
All right. All I would say about the game is just that it was a very, very entertaining game, like games of the past. The only thing that I would change is that if it went overtime, that's the only thing I'll change.
Yeah, I wouldn't change that because
I know you wouldn't because
you
wouldn't do that. But for me, overtime would have been just made it so much better. But what a great way to close out the Big 12 chapter, and as you know, they're going to carry it over in the SEC. So that's going to be a whole different level of play there. So, but Sterling, what do you think about the game? I know you don't believe, in the Red River rivalry and the.
No, I do.
He was watching them quarterbacks throw the ball.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and I saw
grades always.
I saw Russell Wilson Jr. in action, bro. Dylan Gabriel.
Okay.
He played a good game, man. Like I liked everything I saw from him. The fact that like he utilized his legs so much to like carry the team to victory, like I think it speaks volumes to like him as a player. You know what I'm saying? Because looking at a college prospect, you want a guy that will do any. Not saying guys don't do anything to win, but like that dude literally put his body on the line to like get a dub. And he led. I mean, last year on this show, we were talking about OU being in a bad place, and we were hoping that your head coach, right, would get it together. And in one season, it took one season, and they're back. Like, that's impressive. So we gotta give Brett Venables some credit on that.
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
He's doing what Deion did at a higher level.
Oh man,
Think
I don't
about that.
No,
I'm saying.
no, you can't do that.
No.
I know what you're saying.
No. Listen, no, because I know people are like, well, I'm saying, as far as usage of the trend, who this is what I mean. Who would you say are the top 5 coaches that use the transfer portal right now, or schools? Right? You would say Deion did a hell of a job because he revamped that whole roster, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this man Brent Venables did the same exact thing. He revamped this whole entire roster. His team is number 5.
Yeah. You're right. But I think it goes.
And Deion's got the better quarterback. So I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing the teams. I'm just saying.
You talking about just
the fact of utilizing the portal and turning over your roster.
Yeah, this is what Deion aims to do with what he's doing with the portal. Like, I'm giving credit. I'm not shading Deion. I'm giving credit to Brett Venables for being able to pull.
So let me say this: Brett Venables couldn't do what Deion's doing in Colorado. He couldn't do it.
No. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the.
No, I know. I'm just making a statement.
Yeah. So
it's apples and oranges on that.
So people don't think I'm saying Brent Venables is better. No, I'm just saying.
You're making the fact that he turned over his program. He utilized the transfer portal and he put out a winner.
Portal. Yes.
Yeah.
And not only just utilizing it, but we're not talking about just getting okay. He went out there and got demons from every.
He did good.
He
did really good. And you know what the cool thing is like seeing that defense respond. Like that's his calling card, and to see them play like that, they were. I mean, you talk about like just vicious and taking the ball away, like running. I mean, I know the Red River Rivalry is going to invoke that, right? But the fact that they were flying around the ball. And and they knew in that game they knew it was going to get close at some point, and you didn't see them waver. Like, they kept at it, and they gave them the knockout punch. And I got to give them all the credit for that.
It was one of the hardest hitting games in college football so far.
Sorry, Dale.
I believe one of the announcers said so. On the side of Texas, which it's like throw up in my mouth. Quinn Ewer's response in the second half goes unnoticed. The man started the game terribly.
Yeah.
And I think he ended up the game and he had maybe like 2 incompletions, and then he had like a string of like 19 in a row. He's for real. He's for real. So and Dylan Gabriel is too, but like I want to point that out as I was watching that game. Like he's for real. And Sweat, their defensive lineman, he is also the real deal, blowing up plays by himself. But all in all, it was a great game. Respect to Texas for what they did. But no, we beat that ass, and the only time you can beat us is when we're down. Because when we're up, you guys are down in the scoreboard. Sorry.
All right. Texas. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get over to our Sushi Bets section here.
Woo! Right.
So
I even forgot what I picked.
I know I took the L big time.
Is Hurricane, you gonna hang out here with us? And
listen, I'm here.
I'm in here. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Chill. Hey, this is Sushi. You come kick it with us. You can kick it with us.
I'm glad you are here, Hurricane, because we had only one person show up this week and get a correct score, and that's the Spite Monster came in with a win on the Jets.
Oh my God, the Spite Monster.
First of all, you don't get points for picking the damn Jets. You don't get points for that. My son could have picked that.
Speaking of no points, you took a 0 this week with your Maryland pick, and
you know what?
OSU was a push.
You know what? I'll take that because no one thought Maryland was gonna. I mean, they kind of shit the bed in the third quarter.
You mean old
But
Tiger?
that was a risky bet. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that risky bet right there.
You mean
that paid off with nothing for that risk?
That's okay. I mean, you got little measly $10 on the Jets with your little 2.5. So why don't you do a big boy bet this week, Chris?
Yeah,
I'm do a big boy bet.
I'm 1-2 on the Jets so far.
Missouri blue cock, man. I renounced my loss because Missouri blue cock, and they shouldn't have done that. They should have won that. Fuck that. Oh, they're about to make the list.
So
they're about to make the list of motherfuckers I can't trust.
First up to pick this week is Boogie, who lost with Kentucky.
Yeah, they Georgia said,
"Oh, you
bet against me.
You picked it. You picked it.
I picked Kentucky to cover. Okay, cover.
I don't know why he did that.
What you doing, man?
That was Cristobal-esque.
You my dog, man. You know you're not supposed to pick against the Bulldogs.
Hey, man, it should be getting kind of close. I was like, I'm pretty sure they can cover. All right, so this one I'm gonna do.
Boogie Dale said, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
All right,
hey, come on, man. You know that's my second team.
All right,
how's your NFL?
I'm going with the NFL. I'm going with the Rams and the Cards, and I'm get the Rams to cover the over here. I think it's from what I'm looking, they got a 7-point spread. Do they?
So you're looking for the Rams to cover the points or the over?
They better shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the Cardinals.
The best spread is 6.5 through Bet Victor.
Yeah, that's
who they are, but less than a touchdown is pretty good.
All right.
Next up, Sports Plug Russ lost with Mizzou. You're 3-2. You're 3-2 in the season.
Oh my God, Missouri, you're killing me. I don't know if y'all saw that game and how it went, but shitting the bed is just personified with that. All right, so I want to preserve. Oh yeah, call it a bitch ass bet if you want. I want to preserve my status. I want to go 4-2. So I am actually going. And then no, fuck that. I gotta go out. We got the biggest game of the weekend, Oregon versus Washington, and I feel like with me being the college football head, I gotta be the one to go out and get on this one. I picked Oregon to win the Pac-12. They are plus 3.5. I'm going to take Oregon with the plus 3.5 because that's what I should do. But I'm going to let the world know I'm probably going to be rooting for Washington because I fucks with Michael Penix Jr. But I'm putting my money on Oregon. If you got money, because they play that shit on grass, I put it on Oregon plus 3.5, and that's the biggest game in college football this week in Seattle. So there you go.
Boom. All right,
I like it.
Sterling,
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
You played defense this week and protected your 2-game lead over the rest of us with the
Sterling, what is rule number 1, bro?
No. I'm gonna tell you. The Bills gonna beat the Giants by multiple scores. It's the Giants are they don't look. Daniel Jones ain't playing. Tyrod Taylor's playing. They got like 8 injuries to starters. Like, yeah, I'm definitely taking the Bills on this one.
When do we get sick of watching Happy Gilmore play dodgeball against 6th graders?
Who are you talking about?
Tyrod Taylor.
I'm talking about the Bills just keep getting fat on bottom feeders. And we'll
okay.
So you're giving up the 15?
Yeah, Bills gonna beat them by a couple scores.
Hey, Chris.
I bet you McDermott.
I don't want to hear your slander, Chris.
Assholes coming up.
I don't want to hear your slander.
Assholes coming up, Chris.
Stop it.
We forgot.
McDermott's going to find a way to cover it. Or Dabble's going to find a way to cover it.
This is very important, you guys. This is very important, Chris. We cannot forget the degenerate spill because we forgot to tell the people about what to call if they have a problem gambling like the last couple weeks. So,
has there been an uptick in gambling degenerates? Because
there probably has been. I would say yes anytime someone asks that.
All right, so I'm now up to 2-3 after spike betting the Jets into a W.
He beat the system.
He did.
He broke Chris. You broke one of the rules, but you won. Sterling, you're
I'm gonna ride the Jets roller coaster here, and I'm taking the Eagles -7. Everybody's pumping up the Jets tires because they beat the fucking Broncos or whatever. Give me a break. The Eagles will humble them.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Nah, yeah, no one's gonna argue with that.
Oh, look at that.
Eagles probably gonna tap that ass.
We think the same. I got the Rams over Arizona too.
Hurricane. Do you have a pick locked and loaded by chance?
Do you? Yeah. Oh, hey, new segment. Fan pick.
Fan pick?
Fan pick.
I ain't no fan.
Fan pick.
He said I ain't no fan.
Dale, play the role. Play the role, damn it.
I am the
now, wait.
Super Bowl champion.
You are I'm gonna do this motherfucking dance, and we're gonna call this fan pick for the rest of the people that are fans.
All right, I'm looking right now.
Fan pick.
Oh man, that's easy pick. The fucking Dolphins one with
fan pick. Boogie.
14
do the dance.
All
right. Do the dance, nigga.
Listen,
fan pick.
Listen, that's a layup.
Fan pick.
That's a layup right there.
Somebody gonna do this shit with me. Fan pick.
Well, the quote unquote fan in this scenario is trying to make their pick.
Yeah, it's a layup. The Carolina Panthers. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna do the fan pick with me? Fan
yeah. The Zoom.
Now you can do the degenerate speech. But let's check the comments first here. Let's see if anyone else.
I will do the degenerate speech when someone does the fan pick dance.
I was just doing it.
Hey Russ.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Fan pick. There you go. I got
a lot of people should have covered. You know what, Dan? A lot of people should have covered, but they
didn't. All right.
But they didn't. And that's why. Dan, that's why you have to. That's why you have to like make a list of people that let you down, Gambino, and check it twice and never bet on them again.
Bino was telling you twice about rule number 1, and Dave also got stung by rule number 1 last week trying to bet against the Bills.
I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, like you don't. Okay, degenerate speech. Here we go. You already know what it is. We love betting, and betting is fun, and is now legal in the United States of America in some places.
Florida.
You know what? But if you know what you need to know, then you know what you need to know, and you can bet what you need to bet. But yeah. So, anyways, you know what I'm saying? You already know the rules, guys. Don't bet on your favorite team. Don't bet with your last dollar, and don't bet with hate or with all your heart. And of course, the greatest thing of all, I can give you this information right here. If you have a problem betting, please call 1-800-GAMBLER and get that problem solved, because we do not want to have anybody betting unless it is just for fun. Boogie, let's do the dance. Oh,
all right.
I see
you already know what time it is. We have the segment, my personal favorite and yours. You know, we got the either or coming up. And Russ, what you got?
I already know. You know what I'm saying? We already know what it is. It's time for the either or. And I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. This has to do with right now, how they're playing in the league this year. Who would you rather have, Max Crosby or the lethal giant, Myles Garrett?
I already know.
Let's go with Florida Dale. Who you have first?
Who you got?
Great value, Von Miller.
All right, so he's going with Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Great value.
Great value, Von Miller. I mean, because they went to Texas A&M and all that stuff or whatever. That's what I'm saying. Great value on Von Miller. He is the poor man's Von Miller.
I would say
what's helping them though is that he has his Darius Smith on the other side. That's what's helping them out over there. Is that they have that other defensive end spot locked up. So
I'm gonna go with Crosby on this one.
Ooh, talk to him.
I'm gonna go with Crosby on this one. Whenever I have watched a Raiders game, the one thing I know is like that motherfucker is angry. He plays very angry.
Very aggressive.
Very, very aggressive, and that Myles Garrett is a great athlete. He did take off a helmet and hit somebody in the head with it, and to me that does more points. But Crosby just he plays a little bit more, a little bit more piss and vinegar, as they say.
I think right now it's getting a lot of lean in your direction, Boogie. Because right now I'll go before I let Sterling go, because he's the analyst. That's this one, and immediately when I picked it, I said man, do I need to pick Garrett because he's the player that I like more? But honestly, it's Max Crosby for me. Like right now, when you see the Raiders play, it is Max Crosby wreaking fucking havoc in the backfield 100% of the time. Not 90, not 10. He's trying his, and by no means is this a comparison and saying that he's as good as this guy, but he's doing his best, like Watt impression, like as far as I am going to be back here all day in your quarterback's face, no matter what blocking scheme you put at me, no matter what guys you have, I'm back here. And then watching him, like what he did last night or 2 nights ago, what he's been doing, and he's fun to watch. Like if you ever, I mean, we all just like to watch football. So if you catch a Raiders game, you're watching the offense because you want to see if Devontae Adams go off. But you find yourself watching their defense and saying, they not just loaded. I mean, I love Diablo, but they're not just like loaded, but like he just stands out watching like, damn, that motherfucker right there got some game. Like, bend, strength, finesse, like he's just got it all, and he's just there. Like I like what is that one guy on TikTok? Like, man, I like the way that guy runs. Like, man, I like the way Max plays football. Like because it's just dope to watch and it's entertaining. But go ahead, Sterling.
I'm gonna take Myles Garrett here. I feel like both these guys are dominant football players, right? I'm not gonna take in, that's why either ors are hard, you know what I'm saying? But I love the exercise, right? But Myles Garrett is just a more physically dominating, more athletic, better nuanced pass rusher than Max Crosby. I mean, you talk about like you literally, both these guys are game wreckers, but like Myles Garrett adds a another level of like, hold on, like you got to account for this motherfucker every single snap. Like you rarely see Myles Garrett getting phased out of a play. You know what I'm saying? Like he just and he's consistent all the time. Like when you have, and I've never seen this before, but y'all saw the clip where the two tight ends were following Myles Garrett around and he's going back and forth on the other side.
Yeah.
Like that's the most respect that you could pay a defensive player right there.
That's some Calvin Johnson shit.
Yeah, right. So he's a game changer, man. He's a math problem, right? He's a real math problem. So I like both players, but I got to go with Myles Garrett here.
All right, I think we're split 2-2. Dale, you created the split this week. So yeah, I think we're split. We're
that's
2-2. Boogie, you want me to go ahead and get him with the spiel?
Go ahead and get him with the spiel, brother.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna spiel it. Hey, you guys need to go ahead and hit us in the comments. Who do you rather have? Max Crosby, Myles Garrett. Which one would you rather have right now? It's the either and the or. Go ahead and while you're there, hit that like, hit that subscribe, even hit that bell. You know what I'm saying? So every time we do talk, you can listen. But that's the either or. What's next?
All right. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go over to the NFL, the big pros, the big boy league. So this past week is done. It's gone in the books. And with that, some players they can't let last week pretty much go. It's been a war of words between the 49ers and the Cowboys. A lot of chirping after the game. A lot of stuff, became personal after Kittle wore a shirt that said F Dallas. And look, it's pretty clear.
Fuck you, Sterling. We got our ass kicked. Fuck you, man.
Hey.
It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that where and this is an old rivalry.
It is.
That people don't know that this is just one of the oldest rivalries in professional football. But I just want to go ahead and just go into our Cowboys correspondent here.
Don't go to
Russ.
Russ. Don't go to him, man. Don't go to him.
We gotta go.
Okay.
We gotta
no.
go.
Dale, I am the honest cowboy in the building.
Okay, that's good. That's one of
yeah. I'm not one of the delusionists. So we just got our ass kicked. Was it a bury the ball game? No. I think one of the things that we noticed about this game is the fact that, man, we pile on Dak, and anger does take a part of that with your team losing. Dak got to play better in these big games. Like it's just very apparent to me. And this is what something was said to me after we lost to the Cardinals. In every game that the Cowboys lose or quote unquote look bad in, can it not be you? Like, can you not be the focal point of the stank? Like, can you not be like the epicenter of where the stank come from that evolves into the overwhelming loss? There's nothing really good to take from the game at all. You got your ass kicked. Your quarterback played like shit. You literally have put us in a position as Cowboys fans that are realistic to say, yeah, we're going to win some games this year. We might win Monday night, beat the Chargers' ass. But we're going to lose in the first and second round of the playoffs. I think the second round of the playoffs, just like we did, same way. Unless for some miracle reason the 49ers can lose, because the only elite team that we could possibly beat is the Eagles, and that's just because they're in our division. And that y'all know how divisions in the NFL goes. You can play Division 4, they could slip up and get you, and that's the only team that we can beat. Dak, someone told me, man, the 49ers have y'all's number. And I said, man, everybody that's good at football has Dak's number. And that's a fucking problem. He's really good against lesser competition, but when the stakes get high, he chokes on you. And it's just one of those things that's like, I think the problem and the reason
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah. I'm waiting for
You got me. And he came in.
He said, pause.
He came in like the Mortal Kombat man. He just came in the puffy. Yeah, man. It just knocked me straight off. Christian uppercutted me. I'm in this fucking fight night days. No, I'll just close it up. Man, they just whooped our ass. I think that Dak needs to play better in these type of games. Now, I will add this for everybody else's comments. I do think that one of the reasons why he's not playing better in these types of games is because they paid him the money, and Jerry's ego put him in a position to say, I'm not going to build a elite team like the Eagles around you. I'm going to give you a team like the Chiefs, but he's not Patrick Mahomes. So it's costing the Cowboys in the long run because Dak's not going to save you.
Right.
He's just not going to fuck it up if it's built right. And right now it's built in a position where he has to save us. And what Kendrick say? I'm not your savior. He's not your savior. Like, so, and that's the problem the Cowboys have. And I don't really know how we're going to get out of it. And I just want to add, our fucking inside run game, physical run game fucking sucks. Sucks. If you ask the Cowboys to get a 2-yard run or something like that, physicality is not our MO right now. And that's not good when you're a football team. You do not want to be a finesse football team. But what y'all got, man?
I'll take the floor on this one. I think you're right about Dak. Man, you want to see him rise to the occasion on these moments, man. And that's the sad thing about it, because like they got the roster. But you know what? I'm gonna place blame on somebody that most I think probably would be like, what are you talking about? CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, okay.
CeeDee Lamb has to make it easier for Dak. Like Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs makes it easier for Josh Allen. I don't feel like CeeDee Lamb. I need him to take that next step to be elite, and he hasn't. He hasn't. And so, by the time we get on the show next week, I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna go and watch all the Cowboys games on all 22, and I'm gonna go over route separation and like what's the problem with CeeDee Lamb, because like I don't want to heap all the blame on Dak, because we knew what Dak was coming in the season, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But why isn't CeeDee Lamb like when you look at the 49ers, there's no one in that secondary from a cornerback perspective that you're like, okay, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you should have this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at guys like Brandon Ayuk, consistently gets open, makes plays. He's the number one receiver in San Francisco, not Deebo Samuel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need your guy on a championship caliber team, which I think the Cowboys are. CeeDee Lamb's got to play better. He got to play better, and that wasn't good enough for me. I need Micah Parsons to shut the fuck up. Like, you guys shut up now.
Facts.
You got to be quiet now.
On that.
Yeah, man. I love Micah Parsons. I think he's the best defensive player in football. But you just got your ass whooped. I think of what a leader does, in my opinion. I mean, you talk your shit behind closed doors, but like getting on a podcast and saying all this and that, like, no, you got your ass whooped. It'd be one thing if it was a one-score game. You know what I'm saying? And they lost by a touchdown.
Bro, to say,
but you got embarrassed. You got embarrassed.
Like,
I got embarrassed. Like,
he literally pulled the getting beat up and bloody face saying, "Fuck you, nigga, shut up."
Yeah.
You lost. Go home. Recalibrate.
And you know what? The thing is like, okay, this wasn't the first meeting between the Cowboys and the 49ers. This shit happened in the playoffs too. And they failed. They failed to rise to the occasion. That's a problem to me, man. So I can't put it all on Dak, although Dak does play a part. He is what he is. But the pieces around him got to play better.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Hurricane Odell, do you got
my bad. Kittle, rock your shit to the victor go to spoils, because I believe 100%. You doing your thing, you do your thing.
All right. Got anything you want to add before we move on, Dale?
No. Well, the thing is this: Dak O-line is old. Like, let's think about it. When Dak was becoming Dak, he had a running back in Zeke, and he had a solid O-line. That O-line protected Dak, and all Dak had to do was play action, dump off here, dump off there, let Zeke run the ball, let the O-line clear out the line. Now his O-line is old. Now Dak has to play. Now Dak has to be top 5, top 10 quarterback. Dak can't do top 5, top 10 quarterback.
And he don't want to run no more. But that's the whole
thing. And as much as I like Tony Pollard, they can't do it because the O-line is old and they constantly getting hurt.
He's not an every down minute between the tackles back either.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I like Tony Pollard, but reality is this: you got to have a line to clear your some kind of running lanes for your back. Something, because Dak is not a I'm gonna sit there and sling it. Dak is I got a running game. I can do quick passes, everything. Dak is not gonna beat you doing no 3-5-step drops. Dak's not doing that. That's not Dak's game. Dak is he is a glorified game manager right now. Glorified game manager.
I mean, that's not okay. Now, I'm the person that says I'm not putting a negative connotation on.
That's not negative,
but that's game. But you don't want. But y'all know how I think about football. That's what I want. I want a glorified game manager on my team. Give me a bunch of athletes that know what they do when they get the pill in their hand and a defense and a glorified game manager, and I get you some championships because he's just not going to fuck up. Dak's just making mistakes because he's put in a position where he's trying to do too much. And if you're right, Sterling, which I'm going to have to look at that too, because I do see some things from CD that are kind of like, you could do a little bit more to help your QB out, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're number one like that, like, you should just be open just because. And it's kind of like you're waiting for someone else to cook it up.
All right. Yeah, but he should have did that with that damn phone on draft day.
I mean, he had to do what he had to do. She can't have it.
I'm just saying.
She can't have it.
Right. So we'll just go ahead and with the draft, the trade deadline looming upon us in the NFL, a couple of players are rumored to be on the move. I've heard things as far as Kirk Cousins might be on the move. I was like, what? No, I don't believe so. But nevertheless, the rumor mill steady churns, especially when it comes to trades. So what player would you think that let's go ahead. Which team that's struggling right now would need to make a trade for what player to turn their season around? And, we can just have a little fun with this one. It doesn't have to be, in the realm of
I mean, say it don't have to be a real possibility.
Possibility.
What you want to see? What you want to see happen?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go first with that.
Okay.
The Bills need to go get Patrick Surtain.
That's actually not an impossibility.
You do need that though.
Yeah, they need it because Kyrie Elam got worked.
Because y'all about to get me out there.
Yeah, right. Like, for real.
And I ain't touched grass in 20 years. So
You got what? Josh Norman. They bringing Josh Norman back.
It's rough,
bro.
Yeah.
Josh Norman. Like, come on, man. What the hell is he gonna do?
Like he's been out the league for how many years?
3 years, bro.
3 years, bro. After that Derrick Henry stiff arm.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one, brother. It's gonna be a hard one to come
3
back.
years. He's on a practice squad. I don't think he's gonna ever suit up. I think he's gonna serve as a mentor to Kyrie Elam. That's what I've been told.
Okay.
But still, like the idea is if they need him in the pinch, he could play. That's what I heard.
Well, shit, they might as well call Coach Rumpf. Oh, shit.
Right? It's just stupid, man. I'm so pissed off about that.
I mean, if I were to go ahead and for myself, and I guess I'll stick with the Saints, and and I would say this: the one trade that I want the Saints to make, and I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say, but God damn it, man. Let's go ahead and get Sean Payton back. I want to trade for that motherfucker back. He ain't happy over there.
Oh, man. Nigga, they have him.
Yeah.
And you look at Russell Wilson's stats.
Denver will give you him.
Yeah, give us him back.
Hey, in New Orleans, you don't want him back. Y'all done used it up. Good. Let him keep it.
He said, all right,
now.
The GOAT says Saints need to
at,
find a way to get cooked from nah.
You good on that too.
Nah, we good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say,
yeah,
you don't want Sean Payton right now because if you look at Russell Wilson's stats, nigga balling.
Yeah.
But I will say this: as far as crazy trades or trades, if I was the Minnesota Vikings, I would call the Arizona Cardinals and be like, "Yo, if y'all really trying to get Caleb, how y'all want to do this? Y'all want to get Kurt on this? How many years left he got? Take Kurt for the rest of his shit, and you can go ahead and give us Kyler. You could always go back to when I told everybody, and this is why I brought up Russell Wilson's stats. When I told everybody I would trade Dak for Russell Wilson right now, I would still do that shit. Even though everybody hates him, I would still do that shit because Russell Wilson's going to make the throw when you need to make it. We're not going to talk about that Super Bowl shit because that was a Pete Carroll thing. Bad play call. But those are about it. I don't really see any teams that like, you know, a trade is really just what they need. I think the season's just playing out. I mean, I don't know if y'all think I'm crazy, but the one I would make earlier in the season that had a possible. Oh, I'm sorry. There is one that I would love to see. Of course, we're gonna like Boogie. You're gonna stay Saints. I'm gonna stay Cowboys. I would love to see the Cowboys something to get Kyle Pitts. And that's just because I'll say it until the cows come home, crows come home, whatever, chickens come to roost. Dak says Hut. He looks at tight end, so why not get him a tight end that's deemed a super tight end? But that's about it. That's what I got.
All right, Dale, you got anything you want to add? Any trade you want to see?
No, because the Dolphins already did some shit that I didn't expect it exactly. So,
all right.
Okay. Claypool.
Yeah, Claypool. Not my. I'm gonna leave that alone because we already know my rant about Claypool.
Like why? Why?
So I know this is scenery number 3 for him, but this is something that I still don't understand why they got rid of Gesicki from him, but they do need a big body, like a tight end type, a big body to complement that speed. So hopefully, the coaching from McDaniel, from what I can see, he encourages his players. He doesn't put them down. He gives them positives. Because as you can see, you see Tua doing what he's been doing because McDaniel has sat down with him and showed him, hey, you can be this guy because I can see this in you. Okay. So he's been doing the coaching job to say, encouraging in that I'm going to augment your strong suits right now. And that's what he's been doing with the team. And that's why the Dolphins has been responding the way they've been responding. So with Claypool,
what is something Sean McDermott would never do?
Oh boy, that you ain't got no room to root. Happy Bird make a shitty nest. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say from last week. But
we can get into
Claypool. But realistically, the Claypool thing, I'm gonna give him a chance. Because this will complement the speed. Now you got a target that can actually move. That's a big body. Because Smith and everything, that's cool. But for me, if they kept Gesicki, the Dolphins would be a totally different team. But that's just me. But
All right.
Yeah. No. Do we got to move on?
No, we can go ahead. We can. If you got something you want to say,
yeah. To your Gesicki point, the problem with Gesicki in that offense, he doesn't block. And tight ends in that offense, they got to block. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why he ain't there, because he just refuses to block.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see how Claypool works out, man. I mean, you hope that he can,
I'm giving him
effective.
a chance. I'm giving him a chance because when he was in Pittsburgh, it was like everything was all roses and sunshine.
Yeah.
And everything when it was good, but when it got bad, he got lazy. And then the same thing, it reflected in Chicago. When it was bad, he just got lazy. So for me, it's like
winning environment, though.
Right. So it's like, let's see, maybe the sunshine in the Brazilian chicks down here will do something.
Hey, it's have a time, young man. Hey, it's a time.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to our Sterling Power Rankings as the cue from Chris. There it goes. So, Sterling, what is the power rankings we got for this week, brother?
All right, man. So here's first. Do I get to defend the Bills real quick? Is that a thing? So let me defend the. You know what? I'll get to the Bills in the power rankings. So here, number 10. I got the Seattle Seahawks here, man. Just like last year, where this is a team that went under the radar. They're solid on defense, man. They're trying to create the next Legion of Boom. And they got some – hey, Witherspoon is a dog. Yeah. Well, we talked about him at length.
Big dog.
Yeah, he's a big dog. So I like what they're doing, man. I like the combination of the running game with Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker. And, Geno is actually having another good season. So I got to give them all the credit. I do have a problem with Jackson Smith and Jigba, it's just like he's non-existent in that offense. Yeah,
this is the last time I interrupt. When he's playing good, we refer to him as Legino, the great. We'll go ahead then.
So yeah, I got the Seahawks here at number 10. Number 9 is the Ravens, and I got y'all in the power rankings top 10 because I feel like y'all sucked on Sunday. Like you let a Kenny Pickett glove wearing ass quarterback dice you up when it mattered the most, man.
Hey man, he picked greatest, man.
Yeah, man, Kenny Pickett, dude. He, I don't know if y'all know the backstory behind this, but he on that long touchdown play to George Pickens. So what happened was they were showing a cover 0 blitz on that play, and it was something that they shown earlier in the game, and that wasn't the play call that was supposed to happen. Kenny Pickett took control. He overrode Matt Canada, put them in the right protection on the right play call, and made the game-winning play. So, I got to give Kenny Pickett a shout-out for that. So, but the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, I'm sorry, man, but, you got to, if you want to be considered one of the elite quarterbacks, you got to win games like this, man. And I feel like Lamar Jackson is just kind of right now. We talked about giving him time to get acclimated to the offense. But, man, what's the excuse? We can't keep making excuses for Lamar Jackson, right? He's got to play better. So, but I still believe in the Ravens. I got them here at number 9. I got the Cowboys here. You lost to the best team in the league. I ain't gonna throw too much shade. I just wish that they would have had a better showing against, the 49ers. You in these games in the regular season, it's not about you winning, right? But it's about, are you showing okay,
you give a fuck.
Yeah, when you get to the playoffs, I know what I can do to beat you. And right now, the Cowboys, they just didn't look the part. They did not show up and look the part. So I hope things change. I feel like CeeDee Lamb, if they're going to take that next step, I think it's on CeeDee Lamb more than it is on Dak. So I want to see CeeDee Lamb. He's going to have to step up. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they beat the Buffalo Bills in London. This was a playoff team last year. I saw some big boy throws from Trevor Lawrence. But let's keep it a buck here, okay? These motherfuckers were there for 2 weeks. They interviewed Travis Etienne after the game, And he was like, yeah, it was a big advantage for us because, we got to be over here, got acclimated and so forth. He goes, when we were over here the previous week, we were dog tired. And they beat the Falcons, right? But the Falcons are the Falcons. So I got the Jags here, that rightfully so. They deserve to be a top 10 team. I got the Bills here. Let me talk about the Bills for a second. McDermott failed the team. Him and his sports science people, they failed the team this week because you should have, knowing that you have to go to London, you should have got your ass on a plane on Monday and took your team over there. So y'all at least would have had the week to kind of get acclimated. But when he said on Wednesday on his press conference, he said, we're going to rely on the sports science people to make our decision, and we're going to leave Thursday night and get there on Friday. So you got 24, 48 hours to really, and then not only that, but they had them going on little tours and shit. Like that was the dumbest management of a football team. I think it's not Mario Cristobal cringe, but NFL wise, it's cringe. You got to do better, Sean McDermott. Like that shit was terrible. You got Kendall Vickers.
Cristobal cringe is the new phrase now. Cristobal cringe.
You got Kendall Vickers, who was a practice squad defensive tackle playing defensive end. He played a lot of snaps. I mean, the Bills just had a slurry of injuries. So I think if you put the Bills and the Jaguars in Jacksonville or in Buffalo, the Bills are going to mop them up. But hey, they got the win, so I'm not hating. But the Bills, they got some. They need to make some answers. Brandon Beane, I'm calling you out right now. You got to go get a cornerback because Kyrie Elam ain't it. And if the Bills are going to reach their potential this year, they got to make a splash somewhere. Up next, the Detroit Lions are here. Man, like if I would have told you that the Detroit Lions were one of the best teams in the league prior to the season, we were like, I could see it, but I don't know. But like them boys are here. Like they are quietly kicking people's ass. Like Jared Goff is doing this thing. They got a solid run game. Aiden Hutchinson, University of Michigan, bro, he will solidify and emerge as probably one of the top 5 defensive ends, edge rushers in this league by the time the season's over. Like the dude has been in his bag with an array of pass rush moves, which he had in Michigan, but man, he's just taking it to another level. I love the draft that they had. Sam Laporta, like I was hoping that Dalton Kincaid would have this impact. Sam Laporta is a dog. But again, if you listen to Sports Sushi, we fucking told y'all Sam Laporta was going to be this good. So next up, the Miami Dolphins, like they're number 1 in the AFC East. Every team has bad days. I had a bad day in Buffalo. I'm not saying the Dolphins are better than the Bills, but what I'm saying is they've shown the most consistency so far in terms of like who they are week in and week out. Their offense is just legit. Now we're going to see what it looks like as they kind of deal with some injuries, but because losing Devon A-Chain, that's going to hurt him a little bit. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. But hey, Tua and these guys, they keep playing well. So I got to give credit to where credit's due. Next up, we got the Eagles here, and Jalen Hurts, man. Like I'm gonna keep talking about this. You took that contract, and you ain't really done shit. Like he really hasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, this is a guy who had 22 touchdowns. I think he had 7 interceptions, but he had a gang of rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. Like the NFL will catch up to you, and I've seen him make some good throws. I've seen some improvements, but like if you think you're going to run through the NFC like you did last year, the 49ers, I think the Cowboys are going to get them. I think they're going to have a harder time this year staying competitive in terms of like the NFC's elite if Jalen Hurts doesn't take that next step. There are no excuses. You got the best offensive line in football. You got one of the deepest running back rooms of football. You got one of the best wide receiver groups of football. Defensive line, like I mean, how many more excuses do we have to have? Even though they're winning games, I feel like we need to see more dominant performances. The Chiefs here. The reason why I have the Chiefs here, they don't look great. They don't look bad, but like I got to give Patrick Mahomes and these guys a benefit of the doubt. The whole injury scared Travis Kelce last week. I don't know. That shit looked fake to me. He's trying to set up something little for Tay later. But I got them here at number 2, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that. And number 1, the 49ers are the best.
Bro, I can never call her anything but Tay now.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, Tay.
Tay, forever. I knew a nigga named Tay back in the day.
Yeah, next time you see a blank space, hey, write Tay. If you know, you know. All right, so the 49ers, man, they're the best team in football. Brock Purdy, man, like for someone who evaluates it and like has a cap of like, I want to see what quarterbacks can do. Like everything in me doesn't want to give Brock Purdy credit just because I feel like he's a system quarterback, but it does matter. And he is, he's undefeated in the games that he started and finished. So I got to give him credit for that. He's making all the right reads, all the right throws. He just doesn't impress me as a guy with physical attributes and so forth. But if you're looking for a guy in the mode of a Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, guys who are just stationary in the pocket, can make plays, are really smart after pre and post snap, Brock Purdy's your guy. He's a perfect storm for that offense and for that team. And by the way, like I said earlier in the show, I think that Brandon Ayuk is the best wide receiver on that team, and it's not even close. And it's nice to see George Kittle with 3 touchdown performances. So shout out to the 49ers. You are the best team in the league, and that is the Sports Sushi Week 6 Power Rankings.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're going to go ahead and have Chris come in and do.
My favorite motherfucking part. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
The top 5 assholes of the week.
Oh yeah,
Chris.
Sponsored by nobody. But if you want to sponsor this segment, come on.
Take a second here. Trigger all the asset changeovers, the action. All right. So I'm gonna just kind of run through a few low-key assholes this week. We don't have to get excited. We don't have to scream about them all the time. Some of these people are repeat offenders. Some of these people went from heroes to zeros as quickly as you would expect them to do when they don't have a fucking 20-point cushion. So, you guys, it's like we're like swinging in opposite directions here. I came here tonight not to like do a full-throated defense of Lamar, but to at least balance the scales. Like, if I'm going to call him out repeatedly, you have to call out the bunch of assholes that are like dropping balls in big games in a against a division opponent. That's got to be factored into the equation. So the Ravens wide receiver core is a bunch of assholes. I mean, other than the rookie, kind of could have told you that ahead of time. Mike, why are you still in the NFL, asshole? Is fucking Josh McDaniels. What the fuck? The guy with the bowl cut is getting frustrated with your judgment calls and kicking of field goals in asinine situations. At what point are you like, I'm underneath him in making sound decisions? We're gonna spend some time here, Russ. So take a breath, buddy. Dak ain't it, bro. Dak to me is like the poster child of we need to start being honest with ourselves, folks. We might even call this a Dak.
Oh,
and here's why. Because it's, and I've touched on this repeatedly, but we're gonna really talk about what this means. They're the most dangerous quarterbacks in football because everybody knows at any moment in time, if they get hot, they can go off on anybody. They're like fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick's on fucking steroids. When they're hot, they're great. You think you got the best team in the league and can beat anybody. They could go for 500 yards. But the thing is, they never really truly show up when you need them most. And it's a pattern. It's a DNA flaw. It's a thing that you don't realize you got one of these guys until it's so obvious you got one of these guys. It's too fucking late. He's got you. Probably got you in a big contract. He's got you for years. You probably built a fucking entire marketing program around his face, and you're stuck. You're in deep. You really thought this guy was the guy. Maybe he even picked up trash from your interdivisional opponent and brought him in on a limo and thought you were going to recycle him while the other guy rose to superstardom. Yeah, we're going way back in the machine for that reference there, folks. That's a Drew Bledsoe reference, in case you missed it. And moving on. Oh, real quick before we move on.
Drew Bledsoe's shittiness game.
As long as we're on the Cowboys, these assholes made that decision after the Bills made that decision.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
The NFL, you fucking assholes. What general fucking bean counter schedule creators was like, this is a good idea. This right here. And then we should just move right on because it's a hand-in-hand asshole of the week on this one. Sterling already touched on the travel plans. Fucking really? How about hey, I don't know about this, guys, but let's take a cool early flight out Monday. We'll watch film on the flight, get that out of the fucking way. Touchdown, enjoy a victory Tuesday in London, have some fucking fries and or fish and chips.
Yeah.
Had a good old time.
In a
Fucking look at
pint.
the Tower of London. You could have done it. Fuck, who knows? But no. We'll get there Friday morning and just wing it. But that's not really what my problem is here. My problem is here. Shawnee Mickey D showed up. The second we were in a one-score game again, we can't read the room. Defense, they're dropping like flies. We lost 2 of our best guys in one fucking play. We lost a couple guys early in the game. Offense is sleepwalking through this. Are we going to grab a face mask, shake anybody? No, that's not our style. Okay, that's not our style. Then you have to pick a different style. Maybe, I don't know, show some confidence. Beat up big bulls in the room. Hey, we're better than these guys. We're going to go for a couple risky 4th and 2s early on in the game because we need to light a fire under our asses and we need to hold the ball for a little bit longer. No, we're not going to do that. No. Okay. How about later in the game after you didn't go for them 4th and 2s when it's starting to slip away? We know that fucking long touchdown drive's inevitably going to come. You got a 4th and 10. No, we're not going to go for that one. We're going to kick it away. There was an old saying. I don't know if it was Bill Parcells that used to say this, but it was somebody around that fucking generation. You can either go for it on 4th and short early, or you can go on for it on 4th and short long. But one way or the other, you're going to make that fucking decision. So you might as well be ahead of the game and making it when it's to your advantage. And I believe I talked to you about this in private, Sterling, but you statistically, especially, let's keep going back over the Wayback Machine. Since 2020, the Bills have the best DVOA offense and defense in the league. Great. That means you've got the best offense, best defense. You could be more aggressive. If you don't get the 4th down conversion, you've got the best defense in the league to fall on. But you also have the best chance out of anybody in the league to get that 4th down conversion. So you should almost always go for on that 4th down conversion, especially when you lean a spark. So great. Oh, you coasted your way to a 28-point victory. Yes, you did some good coaching things in that. But this is my problem. Oh, and why the fuck are the Jags the goddamn boogeyman for the Buffalo Bills?
Hey, man. I told you, Happy Bird make a shitty nest. I told you that.
They got Josh Allen.
I told you that shit, Chris.
They got Josh Allen. Because they got Josh Allen.
Yes. Told you that.
I just want to say the reason why they're the boogeyman is because they got Josh Allen. But I love the top asshole of the week. I love that.
I told him.
I'm sorry. I went full Negro. I was eating Takis while he was saying it. I was eating Takis.
All right. So everybody,
I went full Negro. I was enjoying that shit. I started eating chips.
That was our show. Another Wednesday, another one in the books. If you want to follow our show, you can go ahead. You can follow us. Sports Sushi, all one word. That's on Twitter or
Can I
X.
say something, Boogie?
What's up, brother?
For all the people out there watching, wondering why you should watch, motherfucker, you can get involved. Look at Dale. Dale chilling at
Shout
the
out
crib.
to Dale.
Dale on the show for an hour just kicking
I'm
it.
in there.
You watch Sports Sushi and you got some shit to say and it's relevant, we will bring you in this motherfucker and you can kick it.
All right.
We like talking sports to the boys.
All right.
I might go to sleep.
All right.
Oh, if you meet a girl and she wears burnt orange, man, she probably gonna be live, but her football team sucks.
Or she might just burn you. Hey, and we holler. All right, I gotta go play my Mad game.
That's what I'm